All right, guys, make sure you have your purple sheet out. We're going to do that very, very last column at the bottom. This is the hardest one of them all. But if you pay attention and truly listen to me and read your purple sheet, it shouldn't be that bad. That's a big if, though, right? I mean, you have to read that thing and do things in order. Pay attention. Cole, read the purple sheet. And you just threw it on the floor. All right, so yesterday we did, it was two fractions. Fraction equals fraction. And what did we do with them to solve? How did we get rid of the fraction? We cross multiplied. So yesterday's wasn't bad. You just cross multiplied and the fractions went away. All right, but what happens is sometimes we have more than two fractions, so we cannot just cross multiply. For instance, look at number 5. You can't cross multiply that because you got too much stuff going on, right? So first thing I would want you guys to do is take the 7, let's put it over 1. So now we have lots of fractions going on. Yeah, we have some adding going on over there. We have another fraction equals. There's options. Students all the time are like, well, I should add those together, and then once that's together, then I can. No, why would you do that? We're just going to get rid of the fractions right from the start. Okay? So anytime you're solving, you see that equal sign in there. We want to get rid of the fractions. If you don't get rid of them, you've done something very, very wrong. Okay? So let's look at your sheet. What's the very first step on this section? Factor denominators. Do any of those factor? No. Step 2? LCD. What would be your LCD? 1 and x minus 2. Do I need the 1? Kind of implied. So what's step 3? Right. Normally, before with the LCD, you only multiplied by what it was missing, right? And that's kind of where we went with it to get common denominators. This time we want to multiply by the entire LCD, every single piece. So in this case, it's not so bad. You only have the one piece. But you're going to multiply on every top, whatever you said your LCD is. So go ahead and just write it up there for a minute. We'll kind of go step by step. And again, I'm being fair, right? If as long as I multiply everything in the equation, it's legal, right? I'm being fair. So the whole point of this, and you can make a little note on your purple sheet if you want at this step, step 3, this is getting rid of your fractions. Fractions should be gone after this step. So on your purple sheet, next to step 3, purple sheet, next to step 3, you're going to want to write on there, fractions will be gone after this step. Okay, that way if they're not, red flag, you did something wrong. They should be gone. Okay, as soon as you get done writing that, I'm going to show you how they're gone. All right, take a look at what we got going on up here. I put it on all of them, so it's fair. I want to cancel out these fractions now. So this x minus 2 cancels with this x minus 2? What? So what do you have left? I have 5x. Equals. Anything cancel here? I mean, the 1 is going to be relevant, right? So I'll actually have to multiply this one. Minus 14. Plus. This one cancels with this one. And I have 10. My fractions are gone. As long as you listen to me and follow the steps, it's not too bad. What happens is people who don't do that, and they got all kinds of stuff going, they got crazy fractions, and they're like, I don't know what to do with this. Right. Now we just solve. Yeah. So let's clean it up. We got some light terms going over there. I'm going to clean it up first. Negative 14 plus 10. Negative 4. And instead of moving the 5x, I'm going to actually move the 7x. So negative 2x equals negative 4. Divide by negative 2. And x equals 2. So if we're looking at our purple sheet, step 4 told you to solve for x, which we did. Step 5, make sure you're checking for those extraneous ones. Go back to the very top. What would your restrictions have been? 2. So my answer of 2 is no good. So what do we say for this problem? There is no solution. Good. No solution, or just 0 to slash through it. All right, because the answer we got is actually extraneous. Again, as long as you're writing things down in order. This is not terrible. It's when you're not listening that it gets all real bad. I mean, they get harder. But. Should it get easier? Real quick, do you see the minus? Let's make sure we just don't forget. Let's put that up here with that 11 so I don't lose it. Just like with the subtraction problems, we always do that. Okay. All right, so step 1, factor your denominators. Do they factor? No, they don't factor. Step 2, what's your LCD? 2x. Okay, step 3 is to multiply by the entire thing, right? So times 2x, times 2x, times 2x. Again, I have to make sure I'm fair, so I'm multiplying everything in the problem by it. And what is the goal? What am I trying to do here? Get rid of those fractions. That's my goal. Okay, so on this one, I'm going to cancel out the x. And what do we have? 8. We have 4 times 2. Plus, what came? Good. I'm going to cancel these 2's. So I have 5x. And on this one, cancel the x. Negative 22. Once you get rid of those fractions, it's child's play then, right? It's basic algebra. Good. Subtract 8. So 5x equals negative 30. Divide by 5. X equals negative 6. Check for extraneous. What would your restrictions have been? 0. So my answer is negative 6. It's good. Doing okay? All right. All right, number 7. Again, look at your steps. Step 1, factor your denominators. None of them factor. Step 2, LCD. 3x. Very nice. I need a 3, an x, and an x plus 6. There he is.
Okay, what's the story today?
My girlfriend's drunk uncle.
All right, so Cole, you had told me before. What's my LCD? Good. So we need to multiply everything by 3x, x plus 6. Because again, I got to be fair. What the what? Oh, are you talking about like for LCD? Oh, gotcha. Sorry, I was confused on what you were asking. Yeah, so if you're looking at LCD, I need a 3, I need an x. I already said a 3, and an x plus 6. Yeah, because remember this right here is a group. I can't just assume that the x is already with the x on the other one. That x plus 6 is one whole piece. All right, so again, why am I doing this? What's the point? To get rid of your fractions. So on this one, I'm going to cancel out that 3x. So what do we have to do with that? Good. We have to distribute here. No. So 2x plus 12. Plus, here I'm going to cancel out the 3. So what do I do with the 2x? Good. So the 2x gives you 2x squared, and 2x times 6 is 12x.
Okay, now make that look pretty.
I'm not done. And then I'm going to cancel out these. And 8 times 3x, 24x. And again, at this point, if you did not get rid of your fraction, you did something wrong. All right, so let's go ahead and clean it up a little bit. We have a 2x squared. And then 2x plus 12x. One step at a time here, Noah. I'm just going to go ahead and clean it up a little bit. Plus 12 equals 24x. I have an x squared. How do I solve this? There it is. I got to set it equal to 0. So I need to subtract the 24x. 2x squared. That would give me negative 10x plus 12 equals 0. All right, so we have an x squared, so we set it equal to 0, because now I have to factor it. So let's take out a 2. It's got the GCF in there. So x squared minus 5x plus 6 Good. It's that dreaded 6-5 combo. What are your signs? Both minus. Good. So it would be 2 and 3. So then x equals just 2 and 3. There's no 0 because there's no x out here. So this doesn't give me an answer. So x equals 2 and 3. Last step is check for extraneous. What would your restrictions have been? 0 and negative 6. So my answers, they're good. I hope you're not all. Stop it. Number 8. Step 1. Any of those factor? He said the bottom. Good. I can take out an x here. So x minus 2. So then step 2 is find the LCD. What is your LCD? X and x minus 2. All right, because I need all the parts and pieces. So I'm going to multiply the tops by x minus 2. X minus 2. X minus 2. So whatever your LCD is, you're going to multiply every single top by it, because I'm being fair. I do them all. And what, again, is my point in doing this? Cancel out my fractions. So on this one, all of it cancels, and all I have is 10. On this one, I can cancel the x. Bless you. Bless you. Okay. I'm going to collect like terms over here first. 2 plus 4x equals 5x. Subtract 4x. 2 equals x. Why not? Yeah, one of your restrictions, you had 0 and 2 were restrictions. There's no solution. So is it possible that you get 2 answers and they both work? Is it possible you get 2 answers and only one works? Is it possible no answers work? Yes. Okay, so just so you're aware, you need to make sure you're checking. That is correct. All right, guys, why don't you try this one on your own? All right, guys, you're out of control, which means we're either done or lost. So let's go through this. Step 1 was to what? Factor what? Good. So we need to factor this one. X plus 1, x minus 1. If we can't factor, we're in bigger trouble. Okay. So that's factor denominator. What's step 2? Find your LCD, which would be x plus 1, x minus 1. So we're going to multiply every top by x plus 1, x minus 1. I'm not there yet. Because we got to be fair. We got to do it to everything. Okay? Noah, why do I do that? What's the whole point of that? I'm trying to get rid of my fractions. Good. So I get rid of the x plus 1. What do we have left on top? 2x minus 2. Plus, I can get rid of the x minus 1. That gives us, good, equals, get rid of everything, 2. Yes? Don't. Don't. Good question, though. Reason being is I'm going to have to multiply it through by whatever's left from the bottom. Like, our whole goal right away is to get rid of those fractions. I don't care what the numerator is. I'm just getting rid of the bottoms. Don't factor it. Nope. Does your steps ever say factor numerator? Nope, so don't. All right, so let's clean this up a little bit, and let's put it in the right order. So we have an x squared, 2x plus x is 3x, minus 2 equals 2. Set it equal to 0 because we have an x squared. So x squared plus 3x minus 4 equals 0. Factor. So we're going to have x plus 4, x minus 1 equals 0. So x equals negative 4 and 1. Good. 1 is not good because your last step was check for extraneous. Your restrictions would have been negative 1 and positive 1. So that one is no good. So just negative 4. Good.
I did good. That's not good.
Then I even told you to write on there. She didn't read the purple sheet.
She looked at
She didn't read it.
I just have a quick question.